The titles of Earl of Kendal and Duke of Kendal have been created several times, usually for people with some connection to the royal family. The first creation was for John, a fourth son of King Henry IV, who was created Earl of Kendal, Earl of Richmond and Duke of Bedford in 1414. The titles became extinct at his death. The second creation was for John Beaufort, 3rd Earl of Somerset, a grandson of John of Gaunt, who was created Earl of Kendal and Duke of Somerset in 1443. He died the following year, when the titles became extinct. The third creation was for John de Foix, Vicomte de Castellon, who was created Earl of Kendal in 1446. He gave allegiance to the King of France in 1462, and is thereby presumed to have forfeited his English peerage. However, his descendants in France continued to use the title under the name Kendal. The next Kendal creation was for Prince Rupert of the Rhine, nephew of King Charles I and a royalist commander in the Civil War, who is sometimes said to have been created Baron Kendal along with the other titles of Earl of Holderness and Duke of Cumberland in 1644. This Kendal title, if it ever existed, became extinct on his death without legitimate issue. The first use of Kendal as a ducal title was in 1666, when Charles Stuart, son of the Duke of York, was given the titles of Duke of Kendal, Earl of Wigmore and Baron Holdenby. He died the following year, when these titles became extinct. The next creation was for Prince George of Denmark, the husband of Princess Anne, who was created Duke of Cumberland, Earl of Kendal and Baron Wokingham in 1689. He died without surviving issue, and the titles became extinct. The next creation was for Erengard von der Schulenburg, Duchess of Munster, the mistress of King George I, who was created Duchess of Kendal, Countesses of Feversham and Baroness Glastonbury in 1719. These titles were for life only and expired with the first holder. The last Kendal creation was for James Lowther, who was created Baron Kendal, Baron Borough, Baron Lowther, Viscount Lowther, Viscount Lonsdale and Earl of Lonsdale in 1784. These titles became extinct at his death, in 1816, at the time of the marriage of Princess Charlotte of Wales to Prince Leopold of Saxe-Coburg. It was announced that the groom was to be created Duke of Kendal. However, in the end this never happened. Earls of Kendal, first creation, John of Lancaster, 1st Earl of Kendal and Duke of Bedford. Earls of Kendal, second creation, John Beaufort, 1st Earl of Kendal and Duke of Somerset. Earls of Kendal, third creation, John de Foix, 1st Earl of Kendal, Gaston II de Foix, 2 Vicomte de Kendal, Gaston III de Foix, 3 Vicomte de Kendal, Frederick de Foix, 4 Vicomte de Kendal, Henry de Foix, 5 Vicomte de Kendal, Marguerite de Foix, 6 Vicomtesse de Kendal, married in 1587 Jean-Louis de Nogaret de la Valette, 1 Duc d'Epernon, Henry de Nogaret de la Valette, 7 Vicomte de Kendal, Bernard de Nogaret de la Valette d'Epernon, 8 Vicomte de Kendal, 2 Duc d'Epernon, Louis Charles Gaston de Nogaret de la Valette, styled Comte de Kendal, was ceded his father's dukedom of La Valette in 1649, and was then known as Duc de Kendal, a cadet branch of the Foix-Kendal family, descendant of Jean de Foix-Kendal, settled in Spain and later moved to southern Italy. Following Charles III of Spain in the 1734 conquest of the Kingdom of the Two Sicilies, during the War of the Polish Succession, Spain Don Antonio de Kendal, Don Pablo de Kendal, Don Domingo de Kendal, Italy Don Agostino de Kendal, Donna Anna de Kendal, M. Don Ferdinando della Rocca, Patricio di Lucera, Count Agostino della Rocca de Kendal, Patricio di Lucera, Count Gino della Rocca de Kendal, Patricio di Lucera, Count Carlo della Rocca de Candel, Patricio di Lucera, Order of Merit for Labor. Count Giovanni della Rocca de Candel, Patricio di Lucera. Count Jerry della Rocca de Candel, Patricio di Lucera. Barons Kendal, first creation. Rupert of the Rhine, 1st Baron Kendal and Duke of Cumberland. Dukes of Kendal, first creation. Charles Stuart, Duke of Kendal. Earls of Kendal, 4th creation. George of Denmark, 1st Earl of Kendal and Duke of Cumberland. Duchess of Kendal, 2nd creation. Erengard Melusine von der Schulenburg, Duchess of Kendal and Munster. Barons Kendal, 2nd creation. James Lithert, 1st Baron Kendal and Earl of Lonsdale.